The most shocking, mind-blowing, weird, and even creepy robots all in one video. We've put together the coolest highlights from tech expos around the world in 2025. Brand new humanoid robots, ultra-realistic androids, smart home assistants, China's latest bots, flying cars, fun gadgets, and yes, even sex robots. The attraction that had the most pull at Wake 2025 was the robot section run by artificial intelligence. And it wasn't just a showcase, but a sneak peek of real life with AI at the helm. Let's take a look-see. There's a diner where robots grill shish kebabs, an art station where an AI hand draws hieroglyphs, a workshop where equipment is repaired, a real Shanghai street that has a robot doing human stuff on every corner. The tasks they perform are not merely decorative. They are a presentation of cognitive, motor, and interactive abilities. Some of them are playing drums, others carefully peeling eggs. Then there's those that interact with passers-by. What this block demonstrates is that robots in China are not just research platforms hanging all limp on the stands as they were, say, a year ago. They are rapidly becoming smarter machines, ready to be a part of the environment. Now, this neighborhood is a practical illustration of how AI can live with humans and not just next to them. Instead of the gloss and futuristic special effects, it's everyday scenarios with AI in action. Moving on, Furrier's stand was a big hit with visitors this year. The company's new product, GR3, has already been dubbed the cutest humanoid robot. The compact bot with a friendly design is significantly shorter than most of its peers, only 4'4" or 134 centimeters. Expressive eyes and a cartoonish design are made to attract attention and sympathy because the GR1 is intended for homes, as well as schools, hospitals, and public places. The main highlight of the robot is its soft body, and it's not just meant to be tactile. The entire surface of the upper body and palms of GR3 is covered with special sensory skin to feel human touch and calculate the force when interacting with it or any other object for that matter. Remember the legendary T-800 from Terminator? Well, it's here. At WRC 25, Engine AI showed off their take on the iconic robot with the same codename, T-800. Standing at 6'1" or 185 centimeters tall, this cutie patootie weighs 187 pounds or 85 kilos and has 41 moving joints, an aluminum alloy exoskeleton, and high-capacity solid-state batteries. The T-800 is built for heavy, dirty, and dangerous jobs, and according to the devs, it's got the stamina Arnie could only dream of, which is, obviously up for debate since Iron Arnold didn't get that name for nothing. The machine, and this is not a reference to Bert Kreischer, sees, hears, and analyzes the world through a set of sensors and makes decisions in real time. The company promises to launch it on December 24th at the Mecha King tournament from Engine AI, a sports event that is vying for more glory than Unitree's boxing matches. Also at Engine AI's booth, we got the PM01 humanoid robot for you, which has been patrolling Shenzhen in police uniform for quite some time now. Developers claim improved agility, accuracy, better navigation in complex environments, but way smoother. And tech titan Tencent brought its semi-humanoid elder care robot simply named 5. It's got a clever four-legged design that lets it glide around or climb stairs. It does this by autonomously switching modes based on its surroundings. On top of that, it features tactile skin with a built-in system of delicate and safe interaction with people and human-like hands that can grab, hold, and deliver, like, say, a wheelchair. And for the first time, 5 was chatting live with the public. Yay! Shenzhen DX technology rolled in with humanoids dressed to impress, from traditional wear to sci-fi suits. But don't let the style fool ya, intelligence lacked in all of them. Still, the crowd couldn't get enough. For now, these bots are all about drawing attention. Cameras and mics are creeping into newer models, hinting at communication features, but it's clear there's still quite a way to go. Moving on. A surprising no-show from Optimus, Figure, Neo. But here's Arya from Robotics. Developers say the robot uses generative AI to communicate with the user in real time and has social skills as a core strength on its resume. Journalists who have managed to talk to the robot say that in conversation, Arya gives the impression of attentiveness with a dash of intoxication, which makes sense since Arya kept talking about how hot Optimus is and what a shame it couldn't make it to the show. The robot answers with a slight delay, makes small breaks in long sentences, and tries to reinforce the speech with body and hand movements. Arya has a total of 17 motors in its neck and face, and if you don't like the way it looks, you can choose a different design or change the hairstyle. The company is now working on getting the robot to recognize which face from the catalog it has on right now, so it can adjust facial expressions and even personality to match it. Robotics got 3 versions of the robot: a bust with a head for $10,000, a modular version for 150 big ones, and a still standing model for $175,000. Now, this next gadget is not a humanoid, but boy did it cause a ruckus. Roborock Seros Z70 Vacuum. It's got a special robotic arm for picking up your socks. And while the arm doesn't always pick up an object the first time, and can't really handle that many objects to begin with, what's important here is the potential this technology has demonstrated. On the technical side, the 5-axis robotic arm called OmniGrip can lift objects weighing up to 10 ounces or 300 grams and place them in specific locations that you select. The Z70 robot itself can detect over 100 different obstacles, but the list of objects is actually way less than that. Developers say they're working on it and promise to improve the performance of the robot by the time it's released on the market. The robot is expected to go on sale this year, although the price is kept secret. The Z70 is positioned as safe for children and friendly for pets, which it can look after and take a picture of for you. And by the way, who says robots should only be useful? UBTech Engineering, which presented its headless RoboCat at the last CES, believes that strange and useless robots also have the right to be, especially if they put you in good spirits. This year, the company brought 2 amazing and strange robots to the show at once. The first unusual creation is the Nikojita Fufu robot. It can become your best friend if you don't like hot drinks or, for example, soup. Fufu can be clipped onto your cup or plate, and this cute kitty will blow on it with a cooling efficiency of 30 degrees in 3 minutes. Now that's performance. An added bonus is that the robot doesn't just run air through itself, it does it with different rhythm and intensity, mimicking human breathing. The robotic kitten will go on sale in Japan in about half a year and will cost you $25. As for UBTech's second piece of work, well, let's just say it's close to earning the title of weirdest gadget. Mirumi is basically a clip. It literally only clings to your bag with its paws, turns its head, and stares. It can show curiosity or embarrassment, or even shake its head disapprovingly if you rub it or throw it. But can a robot be considered useless if it brings joy? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Now, the brightest concept car at the exhibition was the Solar EV from Aptera. This beast runs entirely on solar energy and does not require connection to an outlet. According to the developers, the solar panels of the car, which cover almost the entire body, are so efficient that you get 40 miles or 65 kilometers per day. The car is designed super light and aerodynamic. For example, the shape of the body made of carbon fiber should help it to disperse air with a resistance of about 70% less than that of a conventional small electric car. Solar EV is designed for only 2 passengers, but there is still room for luggage. Special tires are also designed to reduce friction, and the engine has 200 horses under the hood. It's front-wheel drive, and its production will begin at the end of next year. And, in case you're wondering, if it gets cloudy, the Solar EV can still be plugged into an outlet, and its range will magically increase to 400 miles or 650 kilometers when fully charged. Also at CES was the Mirakai robot from Enchanted Tools, which is already available for about $100,000. It can autonomously navigate hospitals and other facilities and perform nurse duties. Basically, fetching things. but the fact that the robot understands what and where to bring is already an accomplishment, which unfortunately, and I don't mean to pull the rug from underneath you right after I ask you to stand on it, but the developers limited the robot's capabilities to one standard grasp. And Xpeng Aeroc brought its six-wheeled minivan to CES from China. Its main feature is that it serves as an aircraft carrier for a modular flying vehicle. The ground module, due to the presence of a hybrid propulsion system, is able to travel up to 600-something miles or 1,000 kilometers without recharging or refueling. But the range of the electric flying vehicle with 6 propellers and vertical takeoff and landing is still unknown. The company has already received more than 2,000 pre-orders for the car, production of which will begin in 2026. In the meantime, Xpeng is currently building a factory for their innovative product. And Adam, the robot bartender, already a familiar face from other exhibitions and trade shows, worked it at this year's CES. The robot poured cocktails, but it can also make coffee and communicate with customers. In total, the robot has about 50 drinks in its arsenal, and judging by its own statements, Adam is ready to experiment if customers give it a chance. And Code 27 unveiled a character lifehouse gadget at the show. It's a small container inside of which you can place a 3D character of your choice. The capsule is equipped with cameras and microphones with sound recognition, which allows the character to detect your presence. And thanks to artificial intelligence, the character will communicate with you, wake you up for work, and tell you nice things. There was quite a few cute robots at the exhibition. For example, the robot pet Luna, which actively played with visitors. But what attracted more attention was a strange walking stool with a lamp that strongly resembled Pixar's lamp or Sid's mutants from Toy Story, incidentally also from Pixar. This is the Mimo robot from the Japanese robotics company, God forgive me, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Jizai. What do you think of Mimo from Jizai? Scary or funny? Jizai specializes in generative artificial intelligence. It says that the robot is extremely functional and will become an indispensable assistant at home and in public places. How exactly? Still remains a mystery. Meanwhile, Sony, in addition to the expected VR headsets and electric cars, unexpectedly presented robotic suits. Check out the design. Engineers were inspired by the world of Horizon Zero Dawn and decided to show what robotics can bring to the world of entertainment. Basically, they went Disney's way, which has long been experimenting with robots for amusement parks. And Richter unveiled the world's first flying scooter quadcopter, the Skyrider X1. Lets you travel both on the ground and in the air. The device promises 40-minute flights at a speed of about 60 miles or 100 kilometers per hour. At the same time, it's reported to be equipped with advanced safety features and autonomous navigation. In particular, Skyrider X1 is equipped with an automatic parachute in case of electronic failure, autonomous takeoff and landing systems, as well as the ability to independently plan a route for safe movement in the air. The media immediately dubbed the device the first flying motorcycle. What do you guys think of this? Is it worth the $60K price tag, or should we all just get a Yamaha? Let us know in the comments.
Unitree Robotics brought some exciting new releases to the show. The humanoid robot R1, which you can customize with your favorite colors, and the industrial quadrupeds A2, capable of maintaining incredible balance and coordination even on steep, rocky slopes. But the hottest moment from Unitree was a real boxing match between their G1 humanoids. Beyond the pure spectacle, it was the ultimate showcase of precise coordination and lightning-fast joint reactions. For Beijing, this wasn't just a one-off stunt. Unitree has been fine-tuning the format for half a year, from the spring Unitree Combat Competition live stream to summer appearances at major forums where the G1 was already boxing in front of live audiences. Earlier demos made it absolutely clear where this was heading. The company officially launched the G1 Boxing Iron Fist King project, promising offline matches and live broadcasts. In other words, for Unitree, this is no longer just a social media gimmick. It's becoming an ongoing series of exhibition fights that push the limits of a humanoid's reliability and stability under pressure, right on the edge between sports and in engineering. Oh, and at some matches, visitors even got the chance to control the robots themselves. How much would you pay to be a robot boxing coach, just like in real steel? Let us know in the comments. Actually, this year, WRC became a sports arena for robots. Professor Hiroshi Ishiguro, a superstar around these parts, has created a pavilion for the exhibition that demonstrates how we'll live side by side with human androids in 50 to 100 years. Water flows down the black walls, symbolizing birth, and inside, visitors can operate over 40 androids like avatars. All of them have had increased durability built in so that they can withstand the entire period of interacting with visitors. The pavilion itself consists of 3 areas. Area 1, Journey of a Lifetime, where historical artifacts of Japan are put on display. Area 2, The Future of 2075, where visitors can think about how we'll be living in half a century. And Area 3, Maharoba, Life in the Next Millennium, where you can see robots and androids unlike anything you've ever seen. Visually, Area 3 is the most stunning. Yay or nay? Ishiguro himself says the goal of his pavilion is to get people to think about where we're going and take responsibility for our future, and also to accept the fact that robots will surround us everywhere. The strangest robot on display was, of course, the robot horse from Kawasaki. No joke, this is how the company sees mobility in 2050. In total, there were 3 concepts for future transportation, and here they are. The Quirky robot horse is a personal mobility device for safe travel through dangerous terrain on a 150 cubic inch hydrogen engine. Controls are intuitive. The robot obeys the movements and tilts of the passenger's body, or is it the driver? What would you prefer to be called if someone saw you on this bad boy? At the same time, Quirky is equipped with artificial intelligence and a stabilization system. It's able to place itself on a map and choose the optimal support points on the most difficult routes. You can even ride it at night, as Quirky can see everything and illuminates the path with arrows for guides. The robot's hind legs are equipped with additional joints to improve shock absorption. However, some saw this as an opportunity for the robot horse to throw the rider off if there's a machine uprising in 2050, for example. The beast is equipped with a windshield, which is justified given that the gallop speeds exceed 50 miles or 80 kilometers an hour. It also has a dashboard that shows the fuel tank, navigation, center of gravity, and more. Now, the second concept from Kawasaki is the Alice system. Apparently, this is the future of public transportation. Well, sort of public. It's available to everyone, but you can ride in it alone. These are personalized cabs that you can hail with an app. There you can also specify the destination and the number of passengers. In response, the system will send route options. Do you want a quiet trip with beautiful views or just the fastest one, for example? Quite a relevant choice of options for Japan if you've ever been. Moreover, Alice cabins can be combined not only with a hydrogen-powered car, but also with a train, a ship, even an airplane. For additional comfort, the cabins are equipped with a robot car and a concierge, which should fulfill all your wishes during the trip. How do you like them apples, folks? Magic Labs was also at the fair this year. It recently showed us malls and hotels of the future. Surprise, surprise, totally serviced by humanoids. The startup made a statement just a year ago by presenting both a humanoid robot and its best friend. We also saw the 3rd-gen Magic Bot at Canton this year. The robot navigates easily in complex situations thanks to a near-human grasp of its environment. It uses Lidar, RGBD cameras, 3 fisheye cameras, and ultrasonic sensors to collect data. Magic Lab has also developed a navigation system that allows the robot to adapt to challenging terrain. Magic Bot can carry up to 88 pounds or 40 kilos and has 42 degrees of freedom. It has a battery life of 5 hours when active, and this bot looks it. It already demonstrated its skills in running and handling, but there is a slight problem with the dog. What do you guys think? Smiling, too much or not for this cutie pie? Let us know in the comments. At Logan Technologies booth, you could see a real robot police officer that is already patrolling the streets of China. Rotenbot is rugged, stable, reliable, can reach speeds of up to 20 miles or 35 kilometers an hour, shoot a net, or gas. The robot with a proprietary gyroscopic system is a quarter shy of 300 pounds or 125 kilos and is not afraid of water or dirt. It does have a hard time with stairs though. Oh, it can roll down no problem, but climbing is a tad more difficult. The robot can catch up with a ruffian or a scallywag or go straight into the thick of riots. Quite an invention. Not exactly Ed 209, but hey, that one couldn't even walk down the stairs.
Digit Technology showed up strong with its ultra-realistic humanoid robot Xiaolan SO1. It can walk remotely, mimic basic body movements, grasp objects, and use AI to find its way around. But the real jaw-dropper? Well, it's facial expressions and an unusually realistic face. Uncanny Valley? Never heard of it. This robot can hear you, look at you when you speak, and even remember what you talked about. That said, at the event, Xiaolan communicated via speaker on the floor. Not quite sci-fi yet, but slowly getting there. Next up, Jinsan Intelligent Technology. These folks brought human-like dolls that drew crowds like magnets. While they currently lack mobility or the smarts, they sport the most human-like skin we've ever seen. Soft and elastic. The basic models have their eyes fixed, there's dynamic screens for anime-style dolls, almost VR-like, and even moving eyeballs paired with pre-programmed head movements to track a person. Conversations happen via an external AI power device because thus far, separately, it's a no-go. These bad boys or girls are flying off the shelves like hotcakes all around the world, with strong demand in the US, Germany, Japan, Canada, and Australia, and according to the company's rep, they have an impeccable reputation. Care to try anybody? Let us know in the comments. Moving on, here comes Robot Era. This Chinese company is of course famous for having its humanoid walking the Great Wall of China, but it is their robotic arms that get all the flex. X-Hand 1 boasts 12 degrees of freedom, super flexible with incredible sensitivity. It has ultra-fine sensors on each finger, can handle delicate tasks with ease like picking up soft, small, or thin objects, but also can haul up to 55 pounds or 25 kilos at a time. Their humanoid robot showed up as well, though mostly hanging out quite literally suspended, raising questions, at least on our end, about its performance in real-world races like the Beijing Marathon. Another crowd favorite was obviously the Robot Cafe. Despite charging for coffee, it may have been one of the most profitable exhibits this year. We couldn't help but miss our beloved bartender bot Adam though, who's capable of serving a range of hot and cold drinks. Fingers crossed that project doesn't fizz out. Now, X-Grids presented its Lidars for building digital twins. These devices can be mounted on rovers, robotic dogs, or bipeds like Tron 1 from Lynx Dynamics. With just 10 minutes of scanning, you got a detailed digital replica of the environment you're looking at. You know their tech is legit when you find out they're partnering with Disney on top of game design companies that use X-Grids for immersive world building. Speaking of Lynx, we dropped by their booth to learn that Tron 1 is an absolute hit with researchers and industrial teams. It comes in 3 leg options and handles all kinds of terrain. It can climb or go down the stairs and leap obstacles on top of being able to function autonomously, semi-automatically, or via remote control. But it's not invincible. And here's the rundown. Slopes over 15 degrees, obstacle over 6 inches or 15 centimeters, and temperatures outside of 23 Fahrenheit to 104 Fahrenheit or -5 Celsius to 40 Celsius are a no-go for Tron 1. It weighs 44 pounds or 20 kilos and can operate for about 2 hours on a single charge. On to Agibot, that staged a real show of embodied intelligence at the exhibition this year. The main character was a new generation humanoid, Lingxi X2. It runs, walks up and down the stairs, rides a bike, does kung fu, and easily engages in dialogue with visitors. And there's also the Yuanzhen A2, the second model of Agibot humanoids, standing at 5'9" or 175 centimeters tall, weighing 120 pounds or 55 kilos, with hawk eyesight, hearing, and precise motor skills. It's capable of amazing things. For example, threading a needle. AI helps the robot navigate in space, recognize speech, and perform complex tasks. Agibot also presented its open platform, Genius Visions. It's a tool for developing humanoids from A
to Z. Based on Genie Operator 1, it was trained on 1,000,000 trajectories and hundreds of scenarios. Due to this, the success rate of the company's robots in completing tasks increased to 78%. Agibot is full of ambitious plans. The new plant in Pudong already produces up to 400 robots a month, and by the end of 2025, the company expects to assemble between 3,000 to 5,000 machines. In addition, the company is expanding its geography and plans to open up more factories, for example, in Kazakhstan. I like. By the way, Agibot engineers never stop experimenting and recently showed their sandbox ideas, the X2N, that can move quickly on wheels and then turn them around to walk as if on feet, all the while carrying different payloads. What do you think of this concept? Let us know in the comments. And Qingbao Robotics unveiled its first bipedal humanoid service robot, the X-Man F1. It doesn't just walk and wave its arms. X-Man can perform specific tasks such as serving drinks at the bar, dispensing popcorn, conducting product demonstrations, and even assisting in medical areas. The robot operates on the basis of a language model and multimodal AI. It understands commands, responds to gestures, and moves like a human. In the exhibition area, it worked in tandem with other Qingbao robots, demonstrating how entire ecosystems of smart service can be built. The company already occupies almost a quarter of the world market for service robots, and X-Man is their step towards more complex but practical humanoids. Then there's Shenzhen Elephant Anti-Technology, which develops and produces realistic humanoid robots for commercial use. They presented their flagship product, the result of 5 years' work at Wake 2025. Please welcome Mars Beauty. Its main task is to attract and serve customers at shops, restaurants, and hotels. Humanoid machines with an attractive design that support multimodal interaction with people, including conversations, facial expressions, and gestures, are apparently where this market's going, especially if they can do a little dance. For now, though, they're clearly great at attracting attention. Yay or nay? A bit of stats for you now. Xinhua news agency says China has accelerated its AI development, being responsible for 1,500 plus models to date out of nearly 3,800 released worldwide. The number of AI companies has now exceeded 35,000 and 5,100 of them are based in China. The top 5 innovation areas for China's AI unicorns are large models, autonomous driving, intelligent robots, business intelligence applications, and recently AI computing chips. Back to Wake, Tetrabot, a national high-tech enterprise from Nanjing, demonstrated a bodybuilding robot. At least that's what the design hinted at, with a powerful torso and 3D printed abs. The robot, for industry, energy, and emergency situations, can move autonomously on a tracked or wheeled platform. Its main feature is the ability to independently change tools on its hands, from a grinder to a screwdriver, say, but as of now, it had to be operated remotely. Now here's a cool one. Galbot's booth simulated a store. Its humanoid robot navigated the floor on its own, grabbing packages and bottles from shelves without a pre-planned route or manual programming. The key to this is simulation learning. The robot first trains in a virtual environment, then adapts to reality using sim-to-real technology, which dramatically reduces cost and speeds up production. Galbots are already working in Beijing pharmacies, collecting orders on their own and handing them over to couriers. By the end of the year, there should be 100 spots like these. And together with Bosch, the company is preparing a model for factories with the main intent on achieving handling accuracy of up to 99.9%. Kepler Robotics, meanwhile, exhibited its flagship humanoid K2 Bumblebee. This 5'9" or 175 centimeter tall robot has 52 degrees of freedom and more than 80 sensors. With up to 100 TOPS of computing power, it can autonomously perform complex tasks like sort items, check quality, interact with people, and operate continuously for up to 8 hours on a charge of just one. Right now, it's being tested at Volkswagen and BMW factories in China, as well as SV Logistics warehouses. K2 is equipped with high-precision drives. Each arm can withstand a load of up to 33 pounds or 15 kilos, Hands have 11 degrees of freedom, 25 sensory points on each finger, and 6 axis force sensors on the wrist. Basically, this means delicate operations within a fraction of an inch or millimeter accuracy. Now, there were some funny things at the exhibition as well. For example, robots from the Matrix company. Rear view. What do you guys think of this? P&D Robotics has also distinguished itself this year. A video of its robot Atom dancing has already gone viral. Atom is just under 5'7" or 170 centimeters tall, weighs about 130 pounds or 60 kilos, and has 43 degrees of freedom. Modular drives of P&D's own design provide up to 340 Newton meters of torque in the joints. The robot is controlled via its own P&D network, which guarantees a fast and stable response to commands and sensory signals. You see, Atom is a result of a full cycle. The company independently researched and developed motors, gearboxes, robotic joints, and control algorithms, and then put it all together. Ta-da! You guys remember the Wake 25, the artificial intelligence conference that just closed recently in China? If you don't, check out our previous video about it, especially the part with the robot district, because here at World Robot Conference, WRC, they went with a full-on robot marketplace, where machines showed off their skills to potential buyers. Some were chatting and playing the piano, others brewed coffee or made traditional Chinese sweets, danced, showed off their agility, and demonstrated otherwise how useful they could be in real-world scenarios. And here is what China's tech leaders had on their stands. WRC also saw X-Robotics bringing along their gynoid to chat with visitors and turn heads, really. This year, though, their booth was much more low-key. Our regular viewers will probably remember what it looked like last year, back at the 2024 show. The company didn't just showcase a lineup of robots, they also had women in colorful costumes to draw even more attention from the crowd. Another much talked about startup, Loomis Robotics, less than a year old, showcased LUS-2 humanoid that stands at 5'3" or 160 centimeters tall, capable of getting up from a fall in just a second and running for 2 hours. Its balance system reacts to changes 30 times faster than a human, which greatly improves stability. The team includes former Magic Lab engineers, creators of Xiaomi CyberDog, plus talent from Tsinghua University and Dreamy. They're currently working on modular architecture for robots so that a single base can be modified into any kind of humanoid. Competition in China's humanoid market is just ramping up. Just look at UBTech that went big this year with a massive booth and a plethora of robots. The star of the show turned out to be the newest Walker S2, the world's first humanoid that can swap its own batteries in under 3 minutes without human help. At 5'9" or 176 centimeters tall, it walks at 6-something feet or 2 meters per second, lifts up to 33 pounds or 15 kilos per arm, squats, and twists its torso nearly 180 degrees. These here hands are built for industrial work, with a powerful intellect powered by the BrainNet 2.0 AI and co-agent system for solo or team operations. Next up is Cruiser S2, a versatile wheeled service bot that easily navigates through guiding guests, delivering meds, sorting goods, or assembling products with movement precision down to a fraction of an inch or 1 millimeter. They also showed the older Walker S1 model, already in use at numerous car factories in China. It stood beside the Walker Tiankong, a model for education and research. On top of that, UBTech showcased their latest 5th-gen robotic arm with 19 degrees of freedom, tactile sensors, stereo vision, and up to a 20-Newton grip. But their most jaw-dropping demo had nothing to do with robots. UBTech's swarm intelligence took all the spotlight. It was basically an orchestra of robots that walked out on stage, autonomously coordinated, and shared tasks. If you guys know of anything similar, shoot us an email or let us know in the comments. Favorite chore at home? Is it scrubbing the shower, cleaning the toilet, or dragging that vacuum around? Well, the Chinese company Xerath decided people shouldn't waste their energy on that. A robot should do that instead. Meet Xerath H1, one of the most useful home robots we've seen yet. This humanoid housekeeper already cleans hotel rooms better than a human, scrubs sinks, cleans showers, vacuums carpets, even restocks toiletries. Now, the H1's toolkit includes AI that recognizes objects and tasks, omnidirectional wheels, and an adjustable frame to fit into any space. It's a camera-based learning system that copies human movements in real time at 80% lower cost than VR controllers. Founded this year, 2025, Xerath has already raised tens of millions of yuan, moved into mass production, and now the plan, well, ship more than 500 of these robotic helpers by the end of the year at approximately $14,000 per. Would you get one? Let us know in the comments. Back to our favorite city. From Shenzhen, Paxini brought its flagship humanoid Tora 1, promoted as the first machine that can actually feel the world. Its palms are packed with nearly 2,000 tactile sensors that detect pressure, texture, resistance, even the weight of a few grains of rice. That's why Tora 1 can pick strawberries without crushing them, neatly fold clothes, and work with surgical precision. It comes equipped with Lidar and a SLAM navigation system. Onboard software integrates autonomous navigation, AI motion control, visual tactile perception, and voice interaction, all running fully on the robot itself. No operator required. In just 3 years, Paxini has raised nearly $1 billion yuan from investors like JD.com and BYD, turning science a touch into a new standard for robotics. This is a gynoid, a female android from Shanghai Qingbao engine robot. Its realistic and futuristic design really turned heads at the conference this year. The company, only 3 years old, claims to specialize in key technologies such as cloud-based brains, servo drives, motion control, autonomous navigation systems, facial and micro-expression recognition, as well as communication powered by large language models. Qingbao robots are already actively used in airports, shopping malls, universities, hospitals, and hotels. Perhaps the most fascinating industry where Qingbao has succeeded is live streaming product sales, something that is incredibly popular in China today. Kind of like Shopping Channel, but with a robot and online. In fact, digital personas and robots often outsell human presenters. But wait, there's more. Some of the company's robots are actually being used as monks in temples in India, tirelessly delivering sermons. What's next? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Another striking booth at the exhibition, this time from Jiangsu Yunmu Intelligent Manufacturing Technology. Founded only 4 years ago, the company focuses on research and technologies for general-purpose intelligent humanoid robots. According to the company, Jiangsu Yunmu has independently designed its own humanoid robots, their operating system, as well as systems for emotion recognition and environmental perception. The robots are also integrated with large language models, most likely developed in China as well, although we couldn't verify that as of yet. But the most impressive fact is that the company has already created 8 different types of robot models. All of them are currently in pilot-scale, small-batch production. On to Guangzhou Automobile Group. They unveiled their 3rd-gen humanoid, GoMate. By 2026, it's expected to hit the assembly lines of the GAC Trumpchi and GAC Aeon brands. Now, GoMate isn't your typical humanoid. Instead of legs, it moves on wheels, but it can lift them to climb stairs when needed. Wheels are faster, more energy efficient, and thanks to its autonomous driving system, it can plan its own route and detect obstacles up to 100 feet or 30 meters away. The robot stands at about 5'8" or 174 centimeters on 2 wheels and around 4'6" or 137 centimeters on all 4s. It has 38 degrees of freedom, hands with 5 fingers, and motors designed in-house that cut energy use by up to 80% compared to similar robots. GoMate runs on solid-state battery and can work for up to 6 hours straight. Powered by artificial intelligence, it collects data, learns on the go, and keeps getting smarter. While it can be used in logistics, security, or healthcare, GAC plans to start it off by putting it to work in their own factories. First in small batches, and later mass production. Naturally, competition is already here. The US-based Figure AI tested its Figure O2 robot at a BMW plant back in 2024. But China's GoMate looks ready to step up and claim its place in the future.